All right. So, guys, today we are going to go through motion graphics templates. Okay, that's MOGRT files. All right. So, in my After Effects, I've designed some lower text. That's title 3, 2, title 2, and title 1. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this project as motion graphic templates in opening Premiere Pro, whereby it will be editable. Okay, so I'm going to save them as MOGRT file. All right, so let's see. So let's say I have this one, the first one. Okay, I will use this one as the first example, then maybe do the third one. All right, so after animating this lower third coming in like a paper kind of folding style, right, I want to send this thing into Premiere Pro whereby it can be editable. All right, so first I'll come to Windows and come and select Essential Graphics. Then come to Composition. You have to name it. So Composition, then select the composition here is what? Title 1. Okay, that's the first one. That's what we are working on first. Okay. So after this, we name it. So let's name it lower third. Lower third. Okay. Now after naming it as lower third, let's create a folder whereby we are going to arrange all this in. Okay, so I'll click on the add formatting, then select add group, then name the group title tag. Let me name it title tag. Okay, all right. So now what I'll do next is when you come here, you see the title DP animations is. Okay, the first one. All right, so what you are going to do is you are going to drag the source file or the source attributes of this test DP animation into the folder here. All right, so let's open it and select it and come to test. Okay, now source test, you drag it into the folder. Okay, so when you bring the source test in, you rename it. Okay, you rename it. Let's rename it as something like name. Let me make it name. Okay, then come to edit properties, then enable all these empty boxes here. So let's enable them. Let me just on all. Okay, then click OK. All right, so here you see this, we have size. We can increase the size if you want here. Okay, so we have this. All right, so from here what we are going to do is we are going to move all the transform attributes into it too. Okay, so the anchor point will go, followed by the position, then the scale will follow. Okay, the rotation will follow. All right, okay, let's leave the opacity. Okay, all right, so from here, if maybe there's an effect on the text, or maybe you want to change the color, so when you come to effects here, under effect we have tint. Okay, so what you have to do is, since the color here is black, just select the map black too. Okay, you click and drag and place it in, then you change the name to color. Okay, all right, so here when you click on this one and change the color to any color at all, you see that it changes here. All right, let's revert it back to its original color. Okay, so now we have our first essential graphic setup here, which is the name. Now let's do the second one, which is the subtitle. Okay, motion graphics tutorials. Okay, so now like how we did the first one, we will create a group again. All right, then name it subtitle. Okay, then we come here under it, Under it, we copy the source test, the same thing, and place it inside. Okay, then name it sub. Okay, it's already edited, so it affects this one as well. So you just click OK, then leave it like that. Then come to the transform attributes, click, then drag it onto it, click position, drag it also there, scale, drag it also there, rotation, drag it also there. Let's leave the opacity. All right, so after this we have this one as well. No, I think this one there's color on it as well. Let me see. Yeah, there's color effect. So let's move the thing to the map black to. Okay, then name it color. Okay, so we have this. Okay, if you like, we can leave it like this. After all, we have our bar here, unless maybe there's some kind of style that you want to do to the bar here that maybe you decide to work on it. Other than that, we can just leave it like that. Okay, now after you are done with this thing, you see that whilst I was dragging or moving all these items here, my animation is represented here in the box here. The reason why it's like that is because I've already done a project like that, okay, and exported it into Premiere Pro, okay. But in a situation whereby you are doing something like this and you see that your box here is black and there's nothing there, it's because you have to set a post time, okay. So for that, you have to move your timer to the middle somewhere here, then click on set post start time, okay. So as a beginner, maybe you have never done anything here before, this is how it will be like, okay. So when it's like this, move your timeline to the middle somewhere here, then click on set poster time to bring out this key so that you know that what you are doing is the genuine thing, okay. So from here we can export it. All right, so you come and click export motion graphic templates. First, let's save it. Okay. What font? It looks like I use a font that is not recognizing. Okay. Okay. So where do I export it to? Browse. Let me see. I'm coming. Let me export it here. Okay. So we click OK. Then it starts exporting it. Okay, so once it's done, because it's not recognizing some of the fonts, that's why it's taking long. So I had to cancel it. Okay. So you click OK, but it has already exported it. All right. So when you open where you save your work, you see that you have lower third MOGRT file. Okay. So now let's do the third one. Okay, let's rush through it like how we did the first one. A simple process. Okay. So now we come to essential graphic. Then on master, we select title 3 since it's the third one. Then name it what and enter. Entertainment. Okay. Then we come to like how we did the first one. We create a folder. Name it maybe name tag. Okay. Then open it up. Then drag the source test into it. Okay. Then name the source test. Enter. Let me just make its name. Okay. Then click on edit properties. Select all. Then click OK. All right. Then you come to transform. Then select the attributes here, the anchor point, position, scale, rotation, and opacity. Okay. All right. How you did the first one, the same process. I'm just showing you how it is done. Okay. So after this, you move your timeline to the middle here and set poster time. You click there to see your animation there. All right. Then after that, you click on export motion graphic template. Okay, let's save it. Okay, so it's exporting it. So let's save it here as entertainment MOGRT file. Okay, let's save it. So he's saving it. It has finished exporting it, but at this point, it's just verifying the fonts. Okay, so we can just cancel it. Click OK. Then, so now, after doing all this, let's open Premiere Pro. Okay, so we have this footage here in Premiere Pro. So let's try to load what we did. Okay, so we come to Windows. Then Essential Graphics. Okay, so we have the Essential Graphics here. So you can click on this icon here, then load where you save yours. Okay, so we come to Drive D, then Leonard, where again, then select lower third, then you open it. Okay, so when you open it, let's drag the scroller here down to see where it is. Lower third. Okay, here is it. Okay, so now we can just drag it from here onto our timeline here. All right, so if this is your video footage, then you just lay a cool animation on it. Let me end it somewhere here because I did not make it that long. So let me just end it here. Okay, so from here we have our cool animation here. You see that? Okay, if you want to work on this, you see that with what we exported here, title tag, you can do most of the changes here if you want. You can change the color, make it redder. You see that? But let's not change it. Let's keep it as it is. Okay, so with the template we brought here, if it's too small, you can just come to scale. Because when building our MOGRT file, we brought all these transformational attributes in. So they are here. So you just have to scale it up a bit. Then you are there. See that? If you want to change the position, you can also change the position if you want. Bring it down or up if you want. Okay? So that this one. Now let's check the second one too. Okay. All right. Let's click on the icon again. Then go and select entertainment. Okay. Now where is that one? Let's search for it. Okay. So here is it. All right. So let me just off this one first. Let's drag this one onto the timeline too. All right, so we have this. Okay, so basically this one is also small. So let's move it to the corner here. May bring it down. If it's too small, you can just scale it a bit. Okay, so you have something like this. You see that? Simple animation. Comes, stay there small, then it goes away. Okay, so this one, if you want to change or do something to the text, you can still do it. Okay, when it comes to the tags here, you see all this. You can scale it up if you want. Okay. But because this one, we did not apply a tint to it to change its color. That's why you don't see the color here. But the transformational ones, you can see it. To scale it up or scale it down if you want. All right? Okay. So that's it, folks. That comes to the end of what? Creating motion graphic templates and making it editable to be used in Adobe Premiere. Okay? That's basically creating MOGRT file. All right? I use simple transformational animation in these MOGRT files tutorials for you to understand how it works. But I would like you guys to comment if you would like us to do more complicated effects. All right, see you next time.